Welcome back to Niagara Falls. It's been 6 months since I was here. My last video, Why is Niagara Falls So Poor? I think many people agreed with me in my conclusions, but a small minority said, Dave, you're freaking way too pessimistic. No wonder why your channel's called Mad Traveler. Dude, look on the bright side. Be glass, half full. Don't be glass half empty. So all right, I'm back to visit my parents again 6 months later. I'm gonna look around with some fresh set of eyes and try to determine, was I too hard on Niagara Falls the last time I was here? Was I too pessimistic? Is this place on its way back up or is it not? I'm gonna talk to all sorts of different people if I can. I'm gonna look at some rich neighborhoods. I'm gonna look at some poor neighborhoods again. I'm gonna go to my father's old neighborhood again where he was born and raised and take a look at everything here again and see what I think now. In September. I was back here in Easter. It was freezing cold. Now the weather is perfect. Let's see how Niagara Falls looks now, 6 months later. Part 2. Is there any hope for Niagara Falls? Let's find out. This fancy newish train station here in Niagara Falls, because I was told that they spent $40 million to build this beautiful new train station, that in an impoverished city which needs so much help, as you can see from my videos, right? And now, is there anybody in this train station? From what I'm told, they were trying to encourage train use, right? People were going to take trains back and forth between Niagara Falls and Buffalo, right? This is one of these awesome white elephant projects. Let's see if there's anybody here. Let's see what this $40 million train station looks like. Anybody in here? Let's find out. All right. Is there anybody here? Is there any trains?
I don't see any.
Nobody? What are you doing here?
Going to the WC.
You're going where?
Or the washroom.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
They spent $40 million to build this place, I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know what? The nice thing is at least we can go to the bathroom here, right? Yeah. If nothing else. $40 million toilet. Yeah. You might literally be able to build a castle. And then of course you've got this magnificent $40 million train station, which is completely empty, but if you have to take a piss, it's very convenient. I was also told that they spent $46 million on a visitors information center, the Ralph Wilson Visitors Information Center, which is right next to the falls. $46 million. Whew. I mean, it really sucks to be a taxpayer in New York State, doesn't it? Blue Cardinal Capital, I think it's called, or just Blue Cardinal. Look at this place. And they're going to be foreclosed, and the city is going to buy 38 or all 39 of them, supposedly. And what is the city going to do with Main Street? Supposedly revitalize it? I don't know. I'll believe any of that when I see it, because it seems like the city government here has done nothing but the whole place up. Well, let's see. There's a picture of Kamala Harris, by the way. Interesting. This is the crazy thing about Niagara Falls right here. Tale of two homes. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice, well-kept home with pride of ownership there. Even these nice pillows that say it's good to be home. And then they got to live next door to this shit. Why should this person have to live next to that? Sold. This place is sold. Somebody bought this house. What in the hell? Look at that. Isn't that a hopeful sign right there? Somebody bought this flipping place. People across the street cause problems, like partying, or what do they do? Drug dealing?
Yeah, drugs.
Drugs?
Yeah, drugs and stealing.
So at night, do you hear them? Do they making noise out there?
No, they're quiet.
They're quiet, but they do deal drugs and stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, and steal stuff.
And they steal things. Have they robbed you too?
Yeah, I lost a package from the mail.
Oh, geez.
That's why I wondered who you were.
No, I'm not a thief. Don't worry, brother. They stole. But you think the falls is getting any better or staying the same, or?
It's getting worse.
Getting worse?
You see all the boarded up homes. You see all.
Yeah.
You see the homeless people on the streets. It's really sad.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. That's Aunt Lucy's old house right there. You're right. Is it frustrating?
What are you doing?
Is it frustrating to you, who has a nice
I
house?
want to leave.
You want to get the hell out of here?
Yep. I don't like the neighborhood no more.
My parents got out of here a long time ago.
Property, and when they do, guess who's buying everything?
Who?
Arabians,
Foreigners?
Pakistans, Arabians, and Indians. And this is the Airbnb.
Do they speak English? That's an Airbnb?
Yes.
No way.
$232 a night.
Get out of here.
I'm not lying. I was like,
this
what?
place right here?
And there's always somebody there. Always foreigners.
So
all foreigners. It's not the same.
Worse or better?
Worse since I've been here.
And you're here 10 years.
I've been in this house.
House for 10
I
years.
moved here when I was 18. I'm 53.
Okay, I'm 51. We're around the same
This
age.
house it's gotten worse since I've moved here.
More
I come
crime?
from Buffalo. Yes. Yes. Somebody just. It was just a hit and run. My scanner's on. It was a hit and run up the street.
What do you think? Is this place looking up? Is it getting better or getting worse?
I think it's getting a little bit better.
It's getting a little better.
Yeah.
It's got our own shopping cart. Now that's kind of convenient. Take the shopping cart, bring it all the way right back to your house. You ever do that, Mom? Or you just leave the shopping cart at the supermarket?
Dave.
My mom.
Age, Dave, I could be particular.
It's good though, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
What do you mean at your age? Do you want to say how old you are on the video?
I am 89 years old and I know pizza.
89 years old and you know pizza. What do you think that there's any hope for Niagara Falls?
Always hope, of course.
There's always hope. Love to have a house like that. Just beautiful. Quiet tree-lined street. Are you feeling it, people? Niagara Falls, New York. How about this neighborhood? See? It ain't all slums in Niagara Falls. Look at this place. It's hard not to be impressed by that. It's a hell of a lot easier to feel optimistic about the falls when you come here on a day like this and the weather is this perfect. Niagara Falls in a nutshell. Literally 20 feet away, you've got this empty turtle, and you see things like that and you think, man, Niagara Falls sucks, how depressing. Then 20 feet away, you're walking by some people having a lovely breakfast outside, enjoying the weather, and you're like, damn, Niagara Falls is awesome, isn't it? That's the dichotomy. I love being back in this place. Grew up very close to here. If you folks watched my first video, Why is Niagara Falls So Poor, which I filmed about 6 months ago, you'll see how I feel about this place. I came sort of on an odyssey to see the houses where my father was born and where my grandfather lived. And those neighborhoods were a frickin' absolute nightmare. And my video got a lot of attention. They did an article about it in the Niagara Gazette, which is the local newspaper here. And that article, it was a front page story for the local Gazette. They reported on my journey, my story, and that video. And it got like 200 comments, or I don't know. The reporter told me it had the most comments of any story that that appeared in the Niagara Gazette so far in 2024. They posted it on Facebook and it got a ton of engagement, I guess, and also got a lot of comments here on Facebook too. The vast majority of people liked my video. I think the thumbs up, I looked at the analytics. You guys can't see the thumbs down, thumbs up, but I can. It was like 89% positive. But there were some people, and I got a couple of emails too, people saying, you're too negative. You only showed the shit areas, the slums of Niagara Falls. You should show the nice areas of it. So you know what? I'm back here today. And I'm gonna look at things with fresh eyes. I'm gonna show you guys some nice areas of Niagara Falls. I'm gonna show you some slums again too. I want to look at things over again a little bit today and see if maybe if I was a little too hard on Niagara Falls, or maybe I was not hard enough. I don't know. We're just driving here through. We are going to go to Gadowski's for lunch, and we're passing some of the famous industry of Niagara Falls. The less picturesque areas that tourists don't usually see. And let's go get some lunch. So this is the LaSalle neighborhood. You know, they're considering part of Love Canal LaSalle too, but it really isn't, at least as far as I'm concerned. That's sort of a rebrand. But I think this is kind of the heart of the LaSalle neighborhood, which this is one of the nicer middle-class neighborhoods in Niagara Falls. Nice VFW post here. St. John LaSalle Church. It's out Gadowski's Polish Deli. And they've got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish logo here. Super interesting. This is my dad's old neighborhood too that he grew up in, and I did not know that this place. Check it out. I am hungry.
Station is on the left.
Gadowski's Polish Deli. I gotta tell you though, you know, we're Italians, we would not eat Polish. That's probably my dad. I wonder whether my dad ever even ate here before, because if you're an Italian in Niagara Falls, you do not go to Polish delis. You eat Italian food and that's it. Trying hard to be more positive here, folks. Being back in Niagara Falls, and it is a beautiful, warm day. It was freezing the last time I was here, around Easter time. And so it's a little easier to be positive, but you know, I'm parking here outside of Gadowski's, and look already with the vacant, boarded up buildings. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you live here, you get used to all this, of there being so many demolished houses and knockdown houses. But you know, as an outsider just coming in here, just seeing this place, it's depressing as hell. I mean, wow. And then you got this beautiful church, this Holy Trinity Church. Look at this. Built in 1902. Gorgeous. Who the hell are their parishioners? I mean, they're surrounded by abandoned houses. I'm gonna have to work very hard to see the bright side of Niagara Falls. Very, very hard. But I've heard this deli is very good, so maybe this will help. All right, so we came from Love Canal where there were lots of Trump flags and signs. Now I'm passing a car that has a bumper sticker that says, Black Lives Matter, women's rights are human rights, no human is illegal, science is real, love is love, kindness is everything. All right. So now we are in the blue section of Niagara Falls, maybe? All right. But look at all these Notre Dame, I mean, what is up with all this Notre Dame stuff? This is really interesting. Polish deli, but they're like obviously huge Notre Dame fans. Look, another Notre Dame fighting Irish. Really interesting. So much Notre Dame stuff in here, very interesting. The owners have a daughter who went to Notre Dame. Check out the prices of this place. I'm loving the prices. So you got homemade pierogies are $1.50 each. You've got cheeseburgers, $5.50, quarter pound. Cheeseburger, $6. What? Beef on Weck, $7.50. Excellent. Where do you find prices like that these days? This place has been around since 1963. Is that when this place was founded?
No, 101
Earlier?
years ago.
101 years ago?
1923.
And it's had the same name since then?
No, it was, what were we before? Janus.
Okay.
Yes.
1923.
Gadowski since the 40s.
Okay.
Right? Gadowski.
So 100 years this place has been around. And you can see all this Notre Dame paraphernalia. They've got Notre Dame wallpaper in here. Notre Dame posters. You can see here. Some of the Notre Dame legends here on the wall. Really neat place. Very old school, and I like the prices in here too. Pierogies are $1.50, so I had to try one of these babies as an appetizer. Whoa, kind of heavy. I got one of the potato ones. Looks really good. I'm a cheapskate. I oftentimes don't even get appetizers because restaurants are so expensive these days. For $1.50. It's delicious. I might have to get more famous for wings, chicken wings. We just call them wings here. Chicken wings is redundant. But when I come back home, it's not wings that I'm looking for. It's beef on Weck. So beef sandwich on a Kimwick, salty ass Kimwick roll. This is the first thing that I want every time I come back home. And look at that baby. This thing just looks like pure perfection. Look how salty that roll is. This looks freaking amazing. Let's see how this is. Big too. Hard to pick this thing up, which I like.
Anything else?
No, it's great.
It's basically, it's like a roast beef sandwich, but it's the roll that really makes it distinctive and good. So good. Awesome lunch at Gadowski's and super informative. Man, that place is around 100 years. First of all, my lunch cost $9.71. You believe that? I had a beef on Weck sandwich, I had a potato pierogi, and I had an iced tea. Where in the prices like that other than Niagara Falls, New York? You gotta love it. I'm already feeling more positive. Secondly, then I started talking to Fred, the bartender, who's been there a really long time, and some of the barflies there, unfrickin' believable, unbelievable. So first of all, I was relying upon Google Maps to find my dad's old houses where he lived when, when I was here before in Easter, when I made my first video, Why is Niagara Falls So Poor? Well, guess what? Google Maps is not correct with the house where my father was born in. So I went to that block, where Google Maps said it was on 14th Street, and there was nothing there, man. The whole block was bulldozed. And by the way, they said this whole area, most of these bulldozed houses and abandoned houses are all owned by a billionaire, Howard Milstein. from Niagara Falls redevelopment, which is super interesting. It was all speculative land buying, they said, that basically he bought up this whole area thinking there was going to be casinos, not just the, you know, there's a Seneca casino here, but they thought there was going to be completely legalized gambling. Anyways, those were their theories, but they said that he bought up this whole area. He owns still the whole neighborhood, basically, this billionaire Howard Milstein and his brother, another Milstein, Edward, I think they said his name was. Niagara Falls redevelopment, and they said that Niagara Falls redevelopment has basically just crushed this whole neighborhood. But what they're telling me is Google does not plot my father's house correctly. They're saying that they changed the name of the street, and 561 14th Street, which is where he was born, is now called Trunalone Street. They named it after a priest or a Monsignor or something like that. And they said I was in the wrong damn place the last time I came here. So I'm gonna go look at Trunalone Street. They say it's not bulldozed, that the house is still there. So let's go take a look. More abandoned houses here in this neighborhood. God, there's so damn many of them. Hey, by the way.
Brian.
Brian, I'm Dave.
Dave, that's
So this is Trunalone Street, and I figured out I'm on the correct block now. I'm Dave. Good to meet you, man.
How you doing? I'm Brian.
So I figured out I'm finally on the run block. I'm on Trunalone. I was in the wrong area, so apparently this is the block where my dad and my grandfather lived.
That's it.
Is it a decent neighborhood now? What's it like?
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy every once in a while. Like the people that used to live upstairs, they lived here for 2 years. They were nuts. We finally got rid of them.
What do you mean, parties and stuff?
Nah, just fighting, yelling, screaming,
Yeah.
throwing stuff around, breaking doors.
Is there a lot of drugs around here? Is there drug addicts, drug dealers?
No, not really. No,
Good.
No drugs. I mean, it's actually got some kids that live down the street that keep on riding back, but all in all, it's pretty well quiet.
How long you lived on this neighborhood? You said you went to the school
I've been
across the street,
here-
right?
I've been at this house over 20 years.
You've been here for a while.
Yeah, well, it was my boss's house for a while there.
Has the falls gotten better or worse, or stayed the same since you lived here?
You know what? It varies. Like it'll get bad, then it'll get good, then then it'll get quiet, then you get, of course, you get the idiots that move in, and then they don't stay long, then they get out.
Are most of the Italians gone though?
Pretty much. Actually, the last of them. There's still a DiCamillo that lives down there.
There is?
Yeah, but I can't think of his first name.
Tom?
You don't see him all the time.
Is it Tom?
No, I don't think it is Tom. No, I used to work at DiCamillo's bakery. So it was
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Amazing place.
Yeah, at Dover when I was on 3rd Street.
Is it pretty safe around here though?
Yeah.
It is safe?
Yeah.
Because there's a few areas nearby that are rough.
I was over on that side. Yeah.
Yes.
But people, our neighbors, we usually watch out for each other.
That's cool.
This is an old guy that he doesn't even come out, and the people over on that side up, that greenhouse. I don't know if you can see the green.
Yeah, I see it.
The little green one. Well, that was Tony and Bob. You know what? Give me 1 second, and I'll tell you their last name.
But you think the falls is getting any better or staying the same, or
It's getting worse.
getting worse?
You see all the boarded up homes. You see all.
Yeah.
You see the homeless people on the streets. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Niagara Falls is not the same as when we were kids.
No, my dad said when he grew up here it was a really nice neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, well, like I said, I went to school there.
Yeah.
A couple of my friends lived on this street.
Yeah.
We used to come here and play. It used to be a playground. It wasn't a playground like that, but ever since that came in, sometimes it gets crazy.
But what do you think? The government screwed up? I mean, bad government, bad management, or what the hell happened here?
Jeez,
What went wrong?
The city just don't care.
Yeah.
Like I said, we call on this here. The Zoom team will come by, look at it, and pull away. That should.
The police don't even bother with it?
Nope. I don't know.
Because they're busy with more serious crimes, maybe? What kind of people did you have upstairs who were troublemakers? They were just bad tenants, or what?
Yeah, they were into drugs and, like I said, just loud. They broke the back door in. They kicked the back in. This was a beautiful.
Jesus.
Home. A 93-year-old black woman lived upstairs. She was up there before we moved.
Right.
In here a couple years, and she kept that place spotless. They went in. Now they're trying to fix it up. They just got out last week.
Were they drug dealers living here, or just drug users?
They weren't heavy drug dealers.
Right.
They would just have
on the side.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you can see
Ay, ay, ay.
cameras.
So who do you think lives in my father's old house now?
You know what? I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure exactly which one is 561.
I'll find out, but that's interesting. Hey, nice to meet you, man.
Nice. I know.
You got plenty of sunshine, plenty of light on a beautiful day like today.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you, partner. You a Bills fan?
I'm more into NASCAR.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
All right, man.
I'd watch NASCAR before I'd watch the Bills.
All right.
Put it that way.
See you, brother. I'm going to take a walk, see what it looks like.
Yeah, I hope it brings back some memories.
Thank you, buddy. Clock doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look great, but way better than what I saw the last time I was here. So let's see where 561 is. Let's see if my father's old house is still here. Jesus, there's a guy, just as I said, things don't look too bad. There's a dude who's all drugged out who's laying down in the grass across the street. I'm not going to film him because I just said hello and he gave me kind of the stink eye. 561, this is it right here. All right, here it is. All right, there's a dude here with no shirt on. Let's see if we can ask him. Maybe he lives here. Hello. Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question? So my dad grew up in this house, 561, when it was 14th Street.
Yeah.
And just coming back to see what the heck the place looks like. Have you lived here in this neighborhood for a while?
No, just a few months.
Only a few months?
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah, in a few months.
Is it a decent neighborhood?
You gotta be careful with the apartments over there. That's all apartments.
Where? By the school?
No, that's no school. That's all apartments.
Oh, this thing is apartments now?
Yeah, they're all on welfare.
And they're all on welfare?
Yeah, most of them.
Well, are they troublemakers, some of them?
A lot of them. Yeah.
Oh, geez, really?
Yeah.
What do? Make noise? Is there crime?
Steal everything.
Really? They steal stuff?
Broke into his car, broke the window, stole his.
They broke into your car?
No, his car. Calvin's.
Oh, the guy who's sitting on the grass over there?
Yeah. No.
Is he your friend or who is it? Who?
Yeah, he's gonna move.
He's moving because they broke into his car?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang. Well, when my dad lived here, it was an Italian neighborhood.
Yeah. Back years ago, John, it was a grocery store. I don't know if you remember that.
What? I never lived here. My father and my grandfather lived here.
That was a grocery store right there.
Where?
This tall building. This building right here.
Which grocery store?
Right here. This one.
This was a grocery store?
Yeah.
And then before that, it was DiCamillo.
Well, that's what he told me.
Yeah.
So my father's 92, so his memory is not good. By the way, I'm Dave, by the way. It's good to meet you.
Sure.
He said that the things that he remembers growing up here was the smell of the bread.
Yeah, it was DiCamillo.
So so this was DiCamillo right here?
Yep. Yep.
At 565.
Yep.
And now you live here?
Yeah. On the third floor.
You're up on the third floor. And the grocery store was?
This floor here, where you can see, and that was an main entrance there.
How'd you end up in this neighborhood?
John Bruno, the owner of this building, now is a friend of mine.
Oh, he's a friend of yours. Is that your son?
No.
Oh, it's just a friend of yours. Okay. But so the people across the street cause problems, like partying, or what do they do? Drug dealing?
Yeah. Drugs.
Drugs?
Yeah. Drugs and stealing.
So at night, do you hear them? Do they making noise out there?
No, they're quiet.
They're quiet, but they do deal drugs and stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, and steal stuff.
And they steal things. Have they robbed you too?
Yeah, I lost a package from the mail.
Oh, geez.
That's why I wondered who you were.
No, I'm not a thief. Don't worry, brother. They stole it right off your
Oh yeah.
doorstep?
Well, see, we don't have a mailbox. You can't really drill into this concrete. It won't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Ay.
So they just put it between the doors. So they see the mailman drop off packages between the doors.
So my father's old building, though, doesn't look too bad.
No?
Well, it's a solid building. The thing is that
They remodeled it.
when I came last time to Niagara Falls, see, I typed in his address, 561 14th Street in Google Maps, and Google Maps took me to 14th Street. But then somebody told me you were in the wrong street because they changed the name to Trunalone.
Oh, yeah.
So-
There's 2 blocks.
This was actually, because there is no 560, on 14th Street, almost everything is knocked down.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of empty houses over there.
There's 14th on the other side of Pine.
Right. But apparently this was the house he lived at.
Yeah. Hey,
I found the draft registration records from my grandfather. That's how I found the place.
it was condemned.
It was condemned?
Oh, yeah. And he bought it for, I don't know, $1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And,
When was that?
about a year and a half ago.
Who's he?
The guy that owns that white car.
Oh, he's your landlord too?
No, he owns that building outright.
No, does he live here? Is he here right now?
Oh yeah, he gutted the whole inside.
Oh, really?
Here.
And he made it nice?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So it used to be condemned,
Yeah.
and it was empty?
Yeah, it was empty. He bought it for $1 and cleaned it out.
Wow. How long was it empty for, do you think?
Oh, I have no idea. It was empty all the time I was here.
So my father was born in 1932, and according to the draft registration records that his father filled out that I found online, this was the house he was living in 1932.
Yeah, probably.
It's interesting, but it looks like a solid place. I mean, it's a solid brick building, you know? Who lives there now?
I don't know what his name is.
But there's probably a few different families. It's 3 floors, right?
Yeah, it was all family.
Do you think it's 3 different families living in this?
No, they're one family that came from India or Afghanistan or India. I'm not sure which.
Oh, and they occupy this entire thing?
Yeah.
And they're from Afghanistan or India or somewhere? Interesting.
Yeah, they're citizens. That's why they got their own, not naturalized, they
Yeah, yeah.
citizenship paper.
It used to be all Italian.
Yeah,
That's what my father said.
yeah, in Pine Avenues.
Are you Italian?
No.
No. Polish?
Nope, German.
German. What was your name again?
Pinsel.
Pinzel. Oh, that is a German name, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Hey, good to meet you, Pinzel.
My dad was over
Good to
in
meet you, man.
Germany a few years
Stay
ago.
safe.
Thanks.
Nice talking to you, brother.
All right, have a
Okay,
good
see you.
day.
Take care. Curious to talk to this dude across the street who's laying in the grass that he said was robbed. But I gotta admit, I'm a little afraid. The dude looks kind of drugged out. He does not look friendly. Fuck it. I'm not gonna talk to him. Now I'm on Ashland Avenue. Check this out. This place online. Holy shit, man. This is right around the corner from a Top supermarket, which is a big supermarket here. And this house is going for sale for like $50,000. Are you kidding me? There's no way they're gonna get that much. Look at this block. 300 square feet. They're asking $49,000 for it. Yikes. Yeah, this neighborhood does not look too good. Boarded up windows and stuff. Check this street out, right around the corner. Orchard Parkway, right? Classic. This is actually pretty nice. Look at that. Look at this house over here. That is an old beauty. Check it out. That is a beautiful house. And just literally right around the corner is horrible looking. But you get these beautiful old parkways, and it's actually, these houses are actually quite nice, aren't they? Very nice. Look at that. There's pride of ownership too. Look at the properties here. These are all immaculate. Look at that. That's something. Very nice. Up houses. Now I'm over on Elmwood, just a couple blocks away from the beautiful Orchard Parkway. And this neighborhood looks a lot rougher. I mean, look at some of these houses over here. Yikes. Ay, 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 man. Damn. This is all boarded up. Yikes. Look at this one. Same story. That was a school bus coming. Gotta pull over. Look at this place. Sold. This place is sold. Somebody bought this house. What in the hell? Look at that. Isn't that a hopeful sign right there? Somebody bought this flipping. Imagine how much it would cost. What would you do? You'd have to knock this down, right? Holy Christ. All right, so we're driving on Main Street now. Main Street's kind of an interesting story here because there's 39 properties that are about to be foreclosed, or soon to be foreclosed, something like that. They're all owned by the same company. Blue Cardinal Capital, I think it's called, or just Blue Cardinal. Look at this place. And they're going to be foreclosed, and the city is going to buy 38 or all 39 of them, supposedly. And what is the city going to do with Main Street? Supposedly revitalize it. I don't know. I'll believe any of that when I see it, because it seems like the city government here has done nothing but this whole place up. We'll see. There's a picture of Kamala Harris, by the way. Interesting. Here's a little bit more of Main Street. And as you can see, it doesn't look great. Does not look great, does it? Of course, this used to be a thriving place at one point. Look at that. All boarded up here. What have we got here? A laundromat? Is it in business? Yes. Laundromats never go out of business, do they? Because people need to do their laundry if they don't have laundry at home. Look at this place, Slipco's Food King. This place looks like it hasn't been open since about 1978. And our tour of this Main Street continues with more boarded up buildings. Here's the Rapids Theater. This place is supposedly going out of business. I think they filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Imagine trying to revitalize this Main Street. It's a hell of a project, isn't it? It's a hell of a project. I wouldn't want to be in charge of this project, trying to revitalize this mess. I mean, if they could do it though, God bless them. God bless them for trying, because this is a story all around the country of main streets like this. Dilapidated shells, everybody going out to strip malls to shop, right? Back when my father lived here, Main Street was a thriving district. Look at it now. Just look at it now. Not a damn person walking around. There's a nightclub. Doubt it's open. It isn't. Boarded up. Wanted to check out this fancy newish train station here in Niagara Falls because I was told that they spent $40 million to build this beautiful new train station. That in an impoverished city, which needs so much help, as you can see from my videos, right? And look at this, here's a bike share scheme. This is somebody's wonderful scheme, isn't it? How much you want to bet nobody uses these things or they get stolen? And is there anybody in this train station? From what I'm told, they were trying to encourage train use, right? People were going to take trains back and forth between Niagara Falls and Buffalo, right? This is one of these awesome white elephant projects. Let's see if there's anybody here. Let's see what this $40 million train station looks like. Anybody in here? Let's find out. All right. Is there anybody here? Is there any trains?
No, I don't see any.
Nobody? What are you doing here?
I'm going to the WC.
You're going where?
Or the washroom.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
They spent $40 million to build this place, I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know what? The nice thing is at least we can go to the bathroom here, right? If nothing else. $40 million toilet.
Yeah.
Funny, huh? This boondoggle. Not a single person in this train station other than the guy who's here using the toilet. Not even anybody working here to sell tickets. No demand. Nothing. Bathroom. Yay. I forgot to mention, so back at Gadowski's, the tavern, I met a guy who was a snowbird. He grew up in Niagara Falls, went to California for 30 years, decided to come back to Niagara Falls to help take care of his parents and take care of his parents who were sick. And he said, he loves it there because he bought a castle. And I said, a castle? Seriously? He actually showed me his house, the realty listing of it. The guy literally owns a castle here in Niagara Falls. And so isn't that interesting? We're gonna go take a look at that when we get a chance. Maybe not today, but I am gonna try to show you guys this guy's castle if we get a chance to do so. So that is the bright side of Niagara Falls. If you got a few $100,000, you might literally be able to build a castle. And then of course you've got this magnificent $40 million train station, which is completely empty, but if you have to take a piss, it's very convenient. I was also told that they spent $46 million on a visitors information center, the Ralph Wilson Visitors Information Center, which is right next to the falls. $46 million. Whew. I mean, it really sucks to be a taxpayer in New York State, doesn't it? Museum here, an Underground Railroad Heritage Center museum. Of course, Niagara Falls was a major stop on the Underground Railroad, which brought slaves to freedom in Canada. And unfortunately, I do not have time to visit that, but I will have to Google to find out how much they spent on that. Of course, I'm all for history museums, I really am. So I'm not going to begrudge them that. But 40 million for a train station and 46 million for the visitors info, don't know about that. And how much did they spend on this Underground Railroad Museum? Hundreds of millions probably, I don't know, God knows how much. Colorful murals here, Afrocentric ones. There's one over around the corner that I saw that features Black Lives Matter. And we're heading now into the north end. And we're going to take a look around this neighborhood and see how it looks. So this is the north end. Pretty quiet here on a Friday afternoon. This house is not in great shape, but seems to be habitable. Somebody's got a nice Cadillac. All right. A lot of people hanging out on their porches. It's a beautiful day. So there's houses in this neighborhood that are $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 or so. And they got some tunes going there. I don't see anybody there, but they got some music playing. So I saw one here up the block that was for sale. I think it was $69,000. It might be this one. $69,000, something like that for a big house. No, it's this one, 1326. Maybe it wasn't that big a house. I don't know, 69K. You're looking for a cheap house? Come to Niagara Falls. So this is Highland Avenue. This is sort of the commercial Main Street hub of the north end of Niagara Falls. It's not too picturesque, I guess I would say. If you are touring the Niagara Falls region, I think I'd go to Niagara on the Lake, or go to the Niagara Parkway, or maybe have some ice wine on the other side of the border before I would tour this neighborhood, quite frankly. Neighborhood Health Center, all right. What I'm told is you go across these railroad tracks here. We're in the north end, right? Leaving the north end, you cross over to the other side of these railroad tracks and you're in DeVeaux, which is one of the nicest neighborhoods in the city. So let's see. Now, wow, look at this house. How spectacular is that? So now we are on Lewiston Road. Everything has changed. Look at that. Look at these houses here. They're absolutely gorgeous. This is the DeVeaux neighborhood. Wow, look at that. Garfield Avenue, where the guy I just met, Dave, has his castle. I thought, damn, I gotta see this place, at least the outside. So check it out, beautiful. I don't really have time to go in and look at it, but that's the dude's castle right here. What a beautiful little neighborhood this is. Another Trump sign. That's a sure sign of white people. And look, Trump here and Trump again, right next door, Trump Vance. Two Trump houses here on Garfield Avenue. And you got an Irish flag over here, Irish and US flag. Wow, look at this neighborhood. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Classy houses, like from the 1920s, I'm guessing. 19-teens, 1920s. And you could get a house here for, I'm guessing, 300,000 bucks, something like that, maybe even less. House here, it's a big, beautiful white one. Goodness. Love to have a house like that, just beautiful. Quiet, tree-lined street. Are you feeling it, people? Niagara Falls, New York. How about this neighborhood, see? It ain't all slums in Niagara Falls. Look at this place. Just beautiful. Look at this house. Looks like it belongs like in the Cotswolds region of England, doesn't it? So nice and quiet here, too. Beautiful neighborhood. It's where the rich people in Niagara Falls live. The doctors, the lawyers, the ambulance chasers. Let's go Buffalo. All right, let's do it. Now I'm heading up to Lewiston, which is just north of Niagara Falls on Lewiston Road. And Lewiston is absolutely beautiful, guys. If you come here, you've got to see Lewiston. It is, again, where the rich people live. There's Art Park, which is an arts and performance theater. It has a beautiful downtown. Really, it has all of the things that you would want. It has a main street that Niagara Falls would really aspire to. And it's got some $1 million homes. Let's take a quick look around here just for the hell of it, shall we? Niagara Falls Country Club up on the right. This is where the rich people in Niagara Falls golf and play tennis.
Turn right onto North 4th Street.
Frontier House. This is the old part of Lewiston right here.
Onto North 4th Street.
I think it was either Wallet Hub or Neighborhood Scout, one of those websites listed Niagara Falls, New York as one of the top 50 most dangerous cities in the United States. But now we are in Lewiston, got to be one of the safest communities in the US. Nothing but expensive houses around here. And this is just 10 minutes away from some of the toughest neighborhoods in Niagara Falls. It's for sale over here in this neighborhood. It's $1.6 million. Right? Look how lovely this is. See, here you have the Niagara River, and that is Canada. That is Ontario right over there. Beautiful, isn't it? Back in the falls this afternoon. It's a beautiful day. And where else could I be but DiCamillo's, man? A little bit hungry, so I'm like, you know what? I need some Romano pie, man. This stuff is the stuff of legends. Look at this, nicely warmed up. And I'm telling you, say what you want about Niagara Falls, but I think any place that has this DiCamillo's Romano pizza is okay by me. How bad could this place be, right? It's got the DiCamillo stuff. This is perfection. So simple, so classic. I ordered 3 slices, they gave me 4 for some reason. So good. Mom, I gotta ask my mom, you said too much sauce?
Yeah,
You're picky. I love all the sauce. You think it's too much?
yeah. At my age, Dave, I could be particular.
It's good though, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
What do you mean at your age? You want to say how old you are in the video?
I am 89 years old and I know pizza.
89 years old and you know pizza. What do you think that there's any hope for Niagara Falls?
Always hope, of course.
There's always hope. Just talked to a tour bus driver here. So now there's a group of, it was completely empty a minute ago. Now there's another tour group here. And they said that business has been pretty strong. They said they had a good summer. And there's a lot of tour buses that come through. All the tour buses apparently make a stop here at DiCamillo's for lunch. So like if you're on a bus tour, you get picked up at your hotel and take a tour of Niagara Falls. They're going to bring you here. So that's nice. At least they got that going for them. It is good, isn't it? What? You having the pepperoni? Try the Romano one. That's a specialty. Yeah. It's 100. It's more than 100 years old.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
The recipe is 100 years old. That pepperoni here is very good too, though. The Romano is the one that just has the sauce on it. That's the original. Where are you guys from?
Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, that's where my wife is from, DeKalb.
Oh, DeKalb, yeah.
For the tour? Is it good? How was the falls? You like it? It's nice, huh? Did you go to the Canadian side too?
No, just the American side.
Just the American side, all right.
The Cave of the Mist next.
The Cave of the Winds? Nice. Enjoy your tour, your vacation. That's right, my dad used to work there.
Have you been on Made of the
I wanted to
Mist?
mention this place. I'm not going to say it's a completely hidden thing to do in Niagara Falls on the American side, but a lot of people don't know about it or don't do it. So these are the this is the Gorge Trailhead. There's a lot of trails you can walk on down here, and this one, first of all, there's free parking over here, as you can see, right? We're right by the train station and the Whirlpool Bridge, and you come down here. You just type into Google Maps Gorge Trailhead. You're going to find this, and you go for a nice little hike down by the river. And if it's a beautiful day, which today is, you probably enjoy it. Although if you got bad knees, maybe you won't. Check out the view. It's pretty epic, isn't it? Look at that. And there's nobody around. And it's, by the way, it's a Saturday too. It's a beautiful day. It's a Saturday. And as you can see, absolutely nobody around. Pretty cool. Views you get from here. Can hear the power of the river. Absolutely no other tourists around to block your view, or if you want to take some selfies, to get in the damn way. And has it felt more hopeful this time? It has a little bit, I have to say. But I mean, you know what? Decades worth of mismanagement of this place ain't gonna fix itself overnight. I mean, I think that the government of New York State, not just, you know, the mayors of Niagara Falls, who have a limited amount of power, to be honest, really Niagara Falls has been screwed over by awful mismanagement, especially at the state level. And because, you know, when you in a state like New York City sucks up all the oxygen, all the attention, all the money, everything like that. This whole region, Western New York, is an absolute afterthought to the politicians in Albany and all the power brokers in New York City. I'd say Buffalo is an afterthought, but Niagara Falls is the afterthought to the afterthought. And I think it was one of the reporters at the Gazette told me that this is the poorest rich city in the state, and I think that that's true. It should be a rich city because of all of the resources here, all of the tourism, how much this area has to offer. It should be a rich place, but it isn't, mostly because of mismanagement. Are things looking up? Is there hope? I think there is. Many different people here have told me that the place bottomed out 5 to 10 years ago and is getting better, but very slowly. So many things that they could do to try to make this place better. And I think the first step would be to make some kind of a deal with this Niagara Falls redevelopment company and the other companies that own all of these derelict properties. Because you know what, you're driving around, it's so damn depressing seeing all these frickin' boarded up houses, places with smashed out windows, all the trash. They have got to clean this damn place up. I mean, to me, that is agenda item number one. Got to make a deal with these companies, because you know what, they've determined that it isn't profitable to fix up all these derelict houses. So they're not going to do it. Sitting around just waiting for these companies to beautify Niagara Falls, they ain't going to do it. They're not going to do it, folks. But that does not mean, would I be surprised if 5 or 10 years from now Niagara Falls looks way better than it does now? I would not be surprised, and I really hope that it does, because this place is in my blood. My father grew up here. My grandfather came from Sicily to here and made his life here. So this Niagara Falls is, you know, sort of a part of our collective DNA, the Seminara family. And I just want nothing but the best for this place, because I do love it and I care about it. By the way, I want to add a little addendum to that too. As I hike back up the trail here, I don't want to make it sound as though this is all about government, because ultimately you're waiting for government to provide solutions. Good luck, folks. It's also going to have to come from the people who live here, and they're going to have to figure out how to create incentives for small business people to come here and to invest in this area, whether it be fixing up old properties and turning them into Airbnbs, creating small businesses, whatever the hell it's going to be. It's not going to come from government, it really isn't. But government leaders have got to create some incentives to get people here. For God's sakes, you know, my grandfather, when he came into Niagara Falls, he came from a place called Ganji, Sicily. In Ganji, about 5-10 years ago, they had the same problem as here. Derelict properties, you know what they did? They offered them for €1 to anyone who was willing to invest. Anyone who was willing to invest in Ganji, in Sicily, and fix up these old houses and promise to live in them, could get the house for €1. Why not make something similar here in Niagara Falls? What the hell do they have to lose? We gotta get some young people here, some people with some energy, people who know how to fix things, plumbers, electricians, handy people. Damn, anyone who's handy and can fix up an old house? Hell, anyone who likes to watch HGTV? Give them one of these fucking old houses here in Niagara Falls. Come on, folks, they gotta get creative. Really think these people here in Niagara Falls have got to get creative. Easy for me to come here for a few days and just tell everybody what to do and make all the solutions, right? I'm not claiming I have all the solutions, but let's put it this way. They've been trying different things here for decades. Most of it has not worked. So I hope they get creative here in Niagara Falls. I really do. Big one. We're driving on Main Street now. We just passed by Slipco's. That used to be a decent grocery store, Mom?
Yes.
Doesn't look too good, Main Street, does it?
Now, Lucy lived
Lucy, my mom's talking about my Aunt Lucy. She used to live right near her, didn't she, Mom?
Walnut, is it the next street around? Down that way.
But it's sad to see what became of Main Street, isn't it? Doesn't look good, does it?
This used to be a nice diner.
Did it really?
Yeah. But I'm not that familiar. It's on the public live.
You haven't been here in a long time, have you?
No, and I never. Pierce, Portage Road. What is this? Gospel Mission.
Person right here who gave me my wanderlust too. My mom is the original. She's the OG Mad Traveler.
That's where Jim and Lucy lived on Cedar.
That's where my aunt and uncle used to live down that street. All right.
Yeah.
But my mom is the original Mad Traveler because she's been traveling since what year, Mom? She was just telling me the other day. In 1956? She took a 10-week trip when she was 21 years old. 10-week trip around Europe on a ship from Hoboken, and she still remembers every single stop of it.
I still have the book.
So my mom's saying that her travel addiction started with getting a subscription to National Geographic magazine. That's what got you interested in travel?
Yes. Or foreign. You can see Indian kitchen. This is the second one in a block that we...
Yeah, there's a lot of Indian restaurants.
Yeah.
This is really the hub of activity here in Niagara Falls these days, man. This is like, there's no traffic almost anywhere. Then you pull up around the casino, and it's like people everywhere. So the gamblers, the tourists, man, this is where, if you want to figure out what's lively and what's going on, here you go right here. If you're into gambling and buffets and stuff like that. My dad loves gambling. Too bad he can't gamble anymore. He'd love signs of hope in Niagara Falls. Here I come to the Giacomo, man. This place was being refurbished for years in downtown Niagara Falls, right? And it's open. And it's a hotel, 4-star hotel, and also residences. And I'll tell you what, and I looked on Zillow, they're trying to get $560,000 for 2-bedroom, 1,100 square foot condos. And I'll tell you what, supposedly they have good views of the falls too. If this place, man, if they can sell 560K condos that are 1,100 square feet in downtown Niagara Falls, man, there is hope. There is room for hope. See if we can take a look in this place. There's a band playing out here. Start. This place is a classic from the 1920s. There's a few. So there's a hotel, and then there's also the residences. This Art Deco style, really neat. The architectural detail there, very cool. Very pretty lobby. Now look at this. Art Deco fireplace. Cartoons going on here. Beautiful. It's really nice, isn't it? I still don't know if I'd pay $560K for a condo in here. It's really nice. What do you think that is?
I don't know. I thought it was Indians, but like a Christian, one of priest or something. I don't know. I thought they were Indians at first.
It is a nice little architectural detail, isn't it?
Yeah, they got some here too. They got another one over here.
Is there?
If you look out way out,
Yeah.
it says what the building actually was.
Yeah. Named after Giacomo Palladino, who was an Italian immigrant who came here in 1911, it says on steerage, self-taught chief radar technician, and died in 1961. Giacomo Palladino from Santa Croce di Maliano, Italy. Would you believe that?
No.
560K for a condo in Niagara Falls? It seems like a lot, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
1,100 square foot, 2-bedroom.
Huh. Well, they got some nice
Views, but they have nice views, right?
Yeah, not only that, they got some nice stuff in there.
Could they get 560K though for a condo in downtown Niagara Falls, you think?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Here, yeah, down here there's.
No, right here in this building.
Oh yeah, you can probably get that here.
Could they really?
Yeah, they're already running like 3 or 4 of them out.
So there are some rich people who are moving into Niagara Falls?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Where are they coming from?
I don't know.
Other countries or Americans?
I think a couple of them probably Germans.
Really?
Yeah, you got Germans, you got India, France, yeah, UK.
The French, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, am I in the right place?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is the right place, yeah.
All right. I'm glad I met you. Thank you. What is your name?
John.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
Dave.
How you doing, Dave?
Good. How are you, man? Beautiful day, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know,
Ain't like this too often around here, is it?
Huh?
Won't be long before it's cold.
Right around October it turns.
So this is Skyview Lounge right here.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Holy cow. Look at that, man.
Yeah.
Hell of a view up here.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the line. You always see, clear day, you can see all the way to Buffalo.
Wow.
Yep.
Can you really? You can see all the way to Buffalo?
Yeah, from here you can see all the way to Buffalo when it's
It's pretty clear today, huh?
yeah, it's not too bad. You can see some of the towers.
Wow. You can see the casino?
Yep, casino.
You spend any time in there?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I walk out and when I win, like a couple hundred.
Really?
When you start getting down like over $100, that's when you want to.
That's when you get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Usually win or lose?
I usually win when I go over.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I play smart. I don't play stupid.
Okay, all right.
Some people get greedy.
Wow, it's a hell of a view up here.
Yes, very nice.
Can people rent this place out for a party room?
Oh yeah, you probably do it free up here because it goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because a lot of people do come up here.
So you can do it for free. Skyview Lounge, huh?
Yeah, you can come up
So you
here.
take the elevator up to the 18th floor,
Yep.
and then you walk up one little flight of stairs. Boom.
Yep.
It's kind of a hidden secret in Niagara Falls, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You ever bring any women up here? It'd be a good place to bring a date.
Yeah,
You can bring a date up here,
Yeah,
right?
you can bring a date up here.
Romantic, man.
I never done it, but yeah.
It'd
I
be-
see people put puzzles together up here.
Have you?
Cards. They play their, their
Yeah.
card games up here and
It'd be pretty
ball
romantic.
games.
Look at the view. Does this window open? Can I open this
Yes.
to take a picture?
Yeah, it's open. Just don't jump out.
Don't jump out. All right. Jumping out is against the rules, right? All right. All right. Whoa! Shit.
Yeah, that's probably why they got it to where.
Well, maybe I'm not supposed to open it.
Yeah.
They don't want me to open it, huh?
Probably because of kids.
But I'm amazed that it does open.
Yeah.
Usually these days in hotels they do not.
Heavy, man.
Damn. That's okay,
I
man.
don't know what this one was.
That's awesome. That's a hell of a view.
The ones over there open pretty good. Oh, this one won't even open.
Nah, that's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You live in the Falls, John?
Yeah, I bought a house here 4 years ago.
What do you think? Is this place looking up? Is it getting better or getting worse?
I think it's getting a little bit better.
It's getting a little better.
Yeah.
People are saying, tell me it bottomed out 5 or 10 years ago, but
It
since
did.
then it's been getting better, you think?
Yeah, ever since Deister got out.
Well, you think he was bad?
Oh yeah, he was bad. He was more alcoholic than anything. He was worried about his breweries and stuff like that.
Oh, I know he was a home brewer.
Yeah.
He was big into home brewing and also drinking too, huh?
Yeah, but ever since that new mayor took over.
Restaino, you think he's better?
Yeah, he's getting the streets fixed now. We're getting business here. New businesses are opening up. And jobs are really booming around here.
So really, you think it's actually looking up?
Yeah.
So there's hope.
Oh yeah.
But there's so many abandoned buildings. My father was born here, and my grandfather too.
Yeah,
and
a lot of bad.
they're old. Some of these neighborhoods still look terrible, though, don't they?
Yeah, that's what he's starting to work at, I hope. Do you see the turtle building?
Oh yeah. So the turtle's been empty since. There's the turtle down there. Empty since 1985.
I don't know why.
So here's what I heard: is that it's owned by Milstein, a billionaire.
Oh yeah.
It's been empty since 1985. There was just a protest on Friday night that I read in the paper because they want to do something with it because it's been empty since 1985.
For hockey for kids or something.
And that was built by the Arapaho Indians.
Oh,
it's a
wow.
very unique building,
I
this
didn't
turtle.
know that. So you know more about it than I do.
Well, I'm from around here, but I don't live here anymore. I live in Florida now.
Ah.
But my father was born here in Niagara Falls, and my grandfather came here too. But so that's the turtle, yeah.
Yeah, that's the turtle.
From 1985.
The head's over here, and that's the feet and the tail.
Empty since 1985. You believe that?
I can't believe that.
I'm glad to hear you're hopeful about it, though. All right.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bit of hope.
Oh yeah, I got a feeling because they've been over there working on it and stuff. Hopefully they're going to open it.
So things are looking up.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you, John.
Yep, you have a good one.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice
Thank
to meet
you. Nice to meet you. Good luck.
No problem.
So there you go. Another person who's feeling hopeful about Niagara Falls. And on a beautiful day like today, with these amazing views, it is a little easier to be optimistic, isn't it? Damn. Hotel Niagara, and they've been talking about redeveloping this place for I don't know how long. You see the empty windows and the graffiti. So is this place ever going to get reopened and refurbished? My money would not be on it. How many years has this place been derelict, Mom? Probably decades, huh? The Hotel Niagara? Look at this place. There's a fence around
That
it.
hotel?
Decades.
I don't know how long.
Forever. So over here, just outside of the downtown, looks pretty decent, doesn't it, Mom?
Yes.
Not too bad. Look at this, a wine bar So we're at Ferry Avenue here.
Niagara Gazette.
We're on what, 3rd Street and Ferry Avenue? And a few nice things around here. There's a coffee shop. Don't see too many boarded up buildings. Now we're back at Main Street, so there will be plenty of boarded up buildings over there, of course. Yeah. What are you saying, Mom? Is
That's
this house?
where Lucy and Jim lived, where it's all boarded
That was their
up.
house right there. It's all boarded up.
Apartment.
So that's where my, oh, that's right. That's where my Aunt Lucy and Uncle Jim lived. You're right.
Oh, yeah. It's
Look
all
at it.
boarded up.
Doesn't look too good, does it?
And the guy who lived upstairs, he was so nice to them.
Was he?
Oh,
Look at that. It is all boarded up. Wow, look at that. That's Aunt Lucy's old house right there. You're right. Jeez, I've got really vague memories of coming to this place as a kid.
oh, I'm sure we took you here.
Damn, look at it now.
Yep.
You think somebody's living up on that 2nd floor?
It looks to me like the windows that it's occupied.
You're right.
It's not boarded.
And wow, what a mess. Look at the house next door. There's a real pack rat living there. Yikes. Places I want to show you folks. I am now at Devil's Hole State Park. And there's a few of them over here along the river that are kind of more locals oriented. So this is the Devil's Hole Trail behind me here too. So there's some trails. This is Devil's Hole State Park. There's Whirlpool State Park over that way. And then there's DeVeaux Woods State Park. And you want to get away from the tourists in Niagara Falls? For the most part, you come on over here. There's a lot of nice trails you can walk on. It's not touristy at all. On a beautiful day like today, get these views of the river. And it is pretty spectacular, isn't it? So much family history here in Niagara Falls. My mom's reminding me of right across the Moses Parkway there is Niagara University. And my dad went to Niagara University for a year before he was sent to Korea for the Korean War. And one of my brothers, got 5 brothers, one of them went to Niagara University for a year also. That's kind of a long story. That was just 1 year, tumultuous one. As I said in part 1 of the video, my father, who grew up here in Niagara Falls, had 8 siblings. He was the youngest of 9. 7 sisters he had, and a couple of them had, boy, they married some shady characters to say the least. One of them married a bigamist, a dude who, unbeknownst to her, had another family down in Alabama. He was like a trucker or something like that, and she eventually found out that the dude had another wife. Not too good. The other aunt of mine, my mom, that we just drove by her house, my Aunt Lucy, her husband, Uncle Jim, man, that guy was a character. My mom was just saying he was so cheap, he wouldn't even let her have a phone. So she lived in that dilapidated house there on the 1st floor of that house, that 2-flat, with no telephone. Pretty fucked up, huh? And not a long time ago too, but I'm talking about like in the 1990s, I think, late 90s, I think she died. Over at Whirlpool State Park now, this is another area where there's lots of really nice gorge trails, the Niagara Gorge Rim Trail, and a couple of other nice ones over here. And you're gonna be away from most of the tourists over here too. And there's a neat little display here of some of the great daredevils who tried to go over go through the Whirlpool Rapids and barrels and other things. This is really neat. There used to be a whole Daredevil museum. I forget if it was on the US side or the Canadian side, but over on the Canadian side there is a neat history museum that has like a room or at least several displays about some of the great daredevils of Niagara Falls. But I love that, like the Great Blondin was one, I think, from the 1850s, who like fried an egg on his way across the gorge or something like that. But the golden age of daredevils, man, it's a really interesting time in history. But highly recommend you guys come over here to some of these state parks and get off of the beaten track a little bit in Niagara Falls. So this is the BLM mural right next to across from the train station. As you can see what it says here, it says, "I can't breathe, no justice, no peace, and say their names." And 2 of them have masks on. She's got her own shopping cart. Now that's kind of convenient. Take the shopping cart, bring it all the way right back to your house. You ever do that, Mom? Or you just leave the shopping cart at the supermarket? My mom's pointing out also that some people still have their Christmas decorations up. Or it's September. Do you think, Mom, that they're planning for this Christmas, or that's still up from last Christmas? Who knows, huh?
Yes, Christmas store, then.
Restore them? Does it look like these are restored, Mom?
No.
No.
But what regulations do banks have? Like when people go...
What regulations do banks have? As you
When
can see, there's
people
no
go,
regulations, Mom. Look.
I guess not.
No, look at it. The regulation is turn it into a crack house if you want to, I guess, right? There's no regulation.
Yeah, look at how nice the house next door
Yeah,
is.
you're right. Look at the house next door. Actually is nice. That's Niagara Falls for you.
And the one over...
And it says, they have pillows that say it's good to be home.
And the next one is nice too. Look at
You're
the
right.
flowers.
You're right. There are some nice ones. You're right, Mom. This is the crazy thing about Niagara Falls right here. Tale of two homes. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice, well-kept home with pride of ownership there. Even these nice pillows that say it's good to be home. And then they got to live next door to this shit. Why should this person have to live next to that? What is this fucking thing doing here? Got a bee stalking me here. I mean, why should anybody have to live next to this? Look at that. Satellite dish is still there too. Damn. Damn, look at this place. The only thing that's still here is the satellite dish. That's it. The mailbox. And this fucking bee that's about to sting me. Get the fuck out of here. So this is the Christopher Colombo Society. I contacted these folks to ask them if they could interview them for the video this time. And this is Como.
Yes.
And Christopher Colombo Society, they couldn't do it. They said, unfortunately, they were unavailable. But they said they have bingo. They still have bingo every Friday night here, Mom, at the Christopher Colombo Society.
They appear
So.
they're one here, someplace.
Pretty dead on a Saturday afternoon.
Oh my God.
It's really dead, isn't it?
And there's a...
Is it worse than you remembered or better?
Worse. Here's the market.
The city market.
And
Yeah.
there was a good Italian restaurant there. We went to within the last 10 years. Latina's, it's closed. That was the Italian. DiCamillo moved from there. That used to be DiCamillo. Rick something or other.
A lot of boarded up places around here.
Oh my God, yes.
So, 15th Street. I'm going to show you one of Dad's old houses.
That's the church over there.
That's the church over there. We're going to go in there in a minute. Should be open, hopefully, today, because there's supposed to be a mass going on. Let's take a look. So he was at 1017, Mom. See, there's boarded up houses over here. Let's see, what number is that? That's 725, so he's a few blocks down.
Yeah, it was, as I recall, when I first saw this house, when he brought me home to meet the family the first time, I'll tell you, I was a little shocked.
When Dad brought you home to meet his family for the first time? He brought you here to this house?
Yes, it was very poor, Dave.
It was poor even back then.
Well,
But the houses weren't abandoned, correct?
Oh, no.
People were all living in all of them.
Somebody's having a party there.
Somebody's having a party.
No,
Okay.
no.
Houses weren't
No, it was
abandoned.
still
And was it mostly
Italian.
Italian people?
I think so. You know what?
763.
I never lived here, so.
This one's all boarded up. So that's my father's old house again. Back here again. Had to take a look at the place. Actually, the place next door now looks really bad too. Look at that. It actually looks worse than when I was here last time. Damn. But the kids across the street are selling lemonade. You guys got lemonade? Yeah. All right. I brought my mom back to see this place. My father grew up in that house, 1017.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
Oh wow.
And my grandfather, a long time ago.
Wow.
Hell of a long time ago. My dad born in 1932 in that house. Wow. It's a shame the place is, I know. What happened to it?
It's been empty for about, at least, I'm going to say 7 years.
It's been empty for 7 years?
Yes. I think the owner is a Canadian.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Dang Canadians, they don't fix things up, huh?
I've never seen him. I've never seen him.
Why does
Nobody's ever been in this
ever been in that one?
Not this one.
Okay.
This one been empty 2
So my memory is faulty then.
So all 3 of them is empty.
And that one's empty, but it's got a car there.
That's my neighbor Laura. She just sold her house right here.
Ah.
This one just sold.
So 1, 2, 3 in a row are empty.
Empty.
And you're here 10 years?
Yes.
And that one's been empty all 10 years.
Yes, right in front of me.
And my father's house empty 2 years, you said?
At least 7.
7 years.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
That is crazy. Isn't the city going to do something about it, like knock these things down?
I
Or
call them, please come cut the grass.
a bunch of these abandoned houses are owned by a big company, Niagara Falls Redevelopment.
Oh, that's what.
So I don't know if they own that one. I don't think they do.
Hastings.
I don't know. There's a billionaire who owns a lot of the empty houses in Niagara Falls.
The buildings on Main Street. Hastings
Many of those.
And then he sold them to them for
Right.
like 3.1 million, and they still empty.
It's got to be frustrating.
Almost 3 years ago.
Is it frustrating?
What are you doing?
Is it frustrating to you who has a nice
I
house?
want to leave.
You want to get the hell out of here?
Yep. I don't like the neighborhood no more.
My parents got
They're
out of here a
fixing
long
up
time
the
ago.
Property, and when they do, guess who's buying everything?
Who?
Arabians,
Foreigners?
Pakistans, Arabians, and Indians. That's who own. She's Germany, and this is an Airbnb.
Do they speak English? That's an Airbnb?
Yes.
No way.
$232 a night.
Get out of here.
I'm not lying. I was like,
This
what?
place right here?
And there's always somebody there. Always foreigners.
So-
all foreigners. Nobody local.
So there are tourists coming in here and paying $200 per night.
3 to a week every single.
You got to be kidding me.
And just clean this. It'll be probably somebody.
Well,
there
at
by
least
night.
it's in decent condition, isn't it?
Yeah, she did it all over. And the one at the corner.
So this place is owned by German people.
She's German. Her husband.
My father said this used to be an awesome neighborhood.
I heard. Well, from that corner to that stop sign is okay.
Are the people who are coming in from other countries, though, are they at least nice? Are they
Yeah.
clean? Are they good people?
They're okay. The people I meet, everybody that come here.
But you'd rather live in a neighborhood with American people,
I
right?
think I want to leave New York State.
The whole state?
Yep.
We moved to Florida. I live in Florida now.
I love Florida. Only
Do
been
you?
there once. But when I did go, I loved it.
All right, my mom and I got to get some lemonade.
Okay.
Kids, who's going to sell us some lemonade?
Oh, they're not coming.
What about this house here? 1018.
They own that one too.
Who's they?
The people who live there.
But I mean,
But she's from there. Well, she's from. They married, but she's from Australia.
she's from Australia? It looks like it's a bit of a mess, but do they keep it okay? They could hear us? What's that?
They're messy, stay messy. But
Yeah.
they're good people.
It looks messy, but they're from Australia?
She is.
That's weird. That's interesting. So Airbnb, did you ever think of like you renting out with
That's
Airbnb?
going to be an Airbnb too.
And the one that's for sale is also going to be an
She
Airbnb.
sold it for 100.
100K she got? That's a lot.
Yep.
Whole,
She did
so they might
everything over,
turn,
the driveway, the roof.
they could turn this whole neighborhood into Airbnb, couldn't they?
That's what's going to happen.
Are you going to sell? Do you own or do you rent?
I rent it, but I rent. They asked me to buy. I don't want to buy it.
So if you leave,
If I
they're going to
owned it-
probably turn it into a Airbnb.
Yes, I know. I think they said that.
Interesting. Where do you want to move to?
Between Florida, Texas, or North Carolina.
Florida, Texas, or North Carolina?
Yep.
Do you think Niagara Falls is like ever going to get better, or is it improving? Do you think? Some people tell me they think it's getting better. Other people say it's getting worse, or staying the same.
It's not the same.
Worse or better?
Worse since I've been here.
And you're here 10 years.
I've been in this house.
For 10
I
years.
moved here when I was 18. I'm 53.
Okay, I'm 51. We're around the same
This
age.
It's gotten worse since I've moved here.
More
Oh, I'm
crime?
from Buffalo. Yes. Yes. Somebody just. It was just a hit and run. My scanner's on. It was a hit and run up the street. So my daughter, she left to go pick up my other granddaughter from dance in Lewiston, because we go far for whatever we have to do.
Right.
Leave here, the area. So she go to dance in Lewiston. So she drove past 19th and. Okay, guys.
So there was a hit and run right here in this neighborhood.
And she said she saw
Did the person who get hit die?
I think so. Yeah, she saw him putting a white sheet over him. That means death, right?
Right.
Yep. Never heard the ambulance. Only saw the police.
Like a drunk driver or gangbanger or something, or who knows?
Who knows? Stupid. Just stupid.
So you will not let them,
Throw rocks.
Look at that sun.
Monica, you do not let them go further than this block because of the safety?
No.
And at night, keep them inside completely?
When I'm on the porch, they can't go past that tree and that tree.
But the people.
They can only go corner to corner because I'm out
That
here.
neighborhood looks, if anything, worse than the last time I was here 6 months ago. And Monica was telling us, this woman, Monica, we just met, who lives across the street from my dad's old house, is telling us that she does not let her children, she's got 4 kids, she said she does not let them go further than the stop sign. And that's how dangerous she thinks it is. She literally just said somebody just got killed in the neighborhood, 19th and Ashland, which is just literally blocks from here. This afternoon, she keeps a police scanner on her phone. That's how worried she is about crime, and she wants to get the hell out of here. So that is not good. You know, you talk to some people and they're like, yeah, things are getting better. Then you meet people like her and it's like, damn, reality check. She's thinking, how the fuck do I get out of this place? 4 o'clock mass is about to let out at St. Joseph's Parish, where this is the church where my father was baptized, where he went to church as a kid. Last time I wasn't able to see it, and I see people just flooding out of the church right now, so I know that it's still open. Let's take a quick little look here at this nice old church where my father grew up worshiping at with his family. Let's take a look. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. What are you doing?
Making a video of the church.
Oh, you're not going to close that.
What's that?
You're not going to close that.
No, of course not. Why would I close it? My father grew up at this church. Are you a parishioner here? You come here every week, or do you?
Yes.
You live in the neighborhood still, or no?
Generally, everybody in Niagara Falls lives in the
My dad was baptized in this church, 1932. Last time I came to visit, the church was closed. I didn't get a chance to. I'm like, oh man, I got to run over here. It's a beautiful old church, right?
It certainly is.
The neighborhood's changed a lot, though, huh?
It certainly is.
Do you think, is it still safe, or is it still a decent neighborhood? Do you like it?
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you at all?
No. I'm very secure here.
Are you? You love it?
I love it.
Have a good weekend. See you.
Too.
Hi, Father. How are you?
Good evening.
Wow, look at this beautiful church. And right here, this is the baptismal font, I think. This is probably literally where my father was baptized, right here. And look at that. There's a lot of people here at church today. We're flooding on out of this place. Look at the beautiful stained glass. I mean, so this is this church and all the beauty of it here. This is the fruits of the Italian community in this neighborhood's labor. And you can tell how generous they were to create a beautiful church like this. Beautiful, isn't it? It's just gorgeous. I mean, you know, listen, Niagara Falls might be a poor neighborhood now. I mean, at least Little Italy is, I should say. But look at this church. You can tell how important the Catholic religion was to the Italian immigrants who built this place and who commissioned or, you know, funded all of these beautiful projects, the stained glass and all of the artwork and everything. Just amazing. City Church, historic one, 1902. We're right across from Gadowski's, and this is typical Niagara Falls, small town. You know, the waitress from Gadowski's the other day told me, I'll give you and your mom a tour of the church. Why not? She gives volunteer tours. So we're meeting her here, and she's going to show us this old church, which is going to be really cool. Grand old church, 1902, a real beauty. Niagara Falls has quite a few of these. Getting into them, though, is not so easy. They're closed oftentimes. So our tour guide just came from the Maid of the Mist. So she's legit. She had a student from Spain who was going home, so they brought her Maid of the Mist, and she's all wet, so she does not want to be on camera. But this is Marge, who is also a waitress at Gadowski's, and which is an amazing, I already said in the video, you got to come to Gadowski's when you come to Niagara Falls.
That's awesome.
Excellent food and prices and everything else.
It is. All right, well, welcome to Historic Holy Trinity. The parish itself formed in 1901, formed by the Polish immigrants when they came in to work at the Power Authority. They were worshiping at St. Mary's of the Cataract, which is 10 blocks from here. They wanted a place where they could worship in their native language. They built a small wooden church on 12th and Fall Street. There were 21 founding members that started Holy Trinity. As the parish started getting bigger, they realized they needed another place that was larger. They found this plot of land, which at that time were 6 lots. They moved the small wooden church to the corner of 14th and Fall Street. They started building this in the fall of 1905. They dug out the basement. They stopped for winter, started back up the spring of 1906.
That's it?
And the first Mass was celebrated Christmas Eve of 1906.
Wow.
When you look at the architecture, it's Romanesque revival.
Yeah, look at the Polish writing back here.
Yes.
Gotta show
Holy
that.
Trinity, Almighty, one God, have mercy on us.
Oh, wow.
That's what it
We're
is.
in
On the
here.
horse is
Yeah.
Jacob Hasek. He is one of the founding members that started Holy Trinity.
Oh, look at
This
him.
is actually his trunk when he came to the United States in the late 1800s.
Wow, look at
The
that.
family
God.
donated it to us. They said, "Do you want it?"
That is
I'm
really
like,
neat. Oh,
"Absolutely.
yeah.
May I?"
Has anybody ever made a travel vlog about Niagara Falls and not actually shown Niagara Falls? I was thinking that I might become the first to actually do this, but then I thought, nah, let's go ahead and show people Niagara Falls one more time. Taking one last walk. It's my last morning in the falls. Taking a walk in Niagara Falls State Park. It is a perfect morning. You could not design the weather today to be any better than it is. And people rarely say that about Buffalo, right? It's usually too hot or too cold. It is perfect today. And let's take one final walk through Niagara Falls State Park and take one last look and see how things look here today. Back here right near the rapids and just feeling the currents and listening to it. Really recommend that you don't park right at the falls. Right, if you're coming from Buffalo, park a little further back as you enter Niagara Falls State Park and walk, because it's really awesome to walk along the rapids for a while before you see the falls. It's the bridge over to Goat Island. You absolutely have to do this if you come here. People always say that you have to do something. Well, you don't have to do a damn thing, but you ought to do it. Well, the sidewalk's closed here for some reason. You can see the Canadian Horseshoe Falls there off in the distance. Some sort of construction project going on. There's always something down here. This is crazy. So really the best, okay, up on the bridge is the best vantage point where you get the elevator down to the Maid in the Mist. That's the best vantage point. It's closed when I was here last time. Now this time, you got all this ugly construction going on here and you can't get close to it. You know, that's my favorite vantage point, really right over there, because you get very, very close to the falls. You can almost touch them. And closed off now because of construction. Wow, there's always something going on here. Why would you do this at this time of year? Should be done in the winter, but maybe it's too cold in the winter. I don't know. Quite a few people around this morning, but it's certainly not overwhelming. Someone's got a Venezuela jersey on. Certainly not overwhelming considering it's a beautiful Sunday morning. You got a nice rainbow out here too, which you often see over here near Niagara Falls. Look at that. Pretty spectacular, right? It's hard not to be impressed by that. Very, very cool.
What's this gadget?
What's that?
What does this do?
It's a video camera. I'm making a video. I could ask you the same. Look at that camera you've got. You're getting some good shots, huh?
Yeah, I thought you were measuring like floor because I saw you upstream by the, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm making a video.
Oh.
Making a video about Niagara Falls. Is this your first time here or no?
No, I've been here.
Many times? Where are you from?
I'm driving from Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I went to college here, University of Buffalo.
Ah, okay.
40 years ago.
40 years ago you went to college here?
Yeah.
You think the falls is better or worse now than it used to be?
It's on this side, it's still the same. It looks like this is under construction, so it still looks the same.
No, I mean the city in Niagara Falls.
You know, I've never checked the city itself.
You don't check the city, yeah.
I just come here. Do you live in Niagara Falls?
No, I live in Buffalo.
You live in Buffalo?
I used to live in Buffalo, I should say. I grew up there, yeah. So that gentleman I was just talking to, he lives in Ohio, but he came to this country, he said, 40 years ago from Pakistan. And he said he's been coming, he lived here. He said he went to Niagara University 40 years ago. And I asked him, how does the city look compared to the way it used to? And he said he never goes to the city, which is the problem. Is a lot of people just come to the falls and they immediately get the hell out of here. Maid of the Mist boat ride here is the can't miss thing you got to do while you're here. Again, I'm saying it, you have to do things. You ought to do it. And this is the really nice viewing platform too, especially with the other one closed. But I think you need a ticket. I think you need to purchase a ticket in order to get up here. But I'm not doing that this morning because I've already been on the Maid of the Mist many, many times. So I kind of just walked right by the ticket booth. Hopefully I didn't do anything illegal there, but wanted to get this view right here. It's a hell of a lot easier to feel optimistic about the falls when you come here on a day like this and the weather is this perfect. You know, last time I was here, it was freezing cold around Easter time. And today it's perfect, and it's a lot easier to see the potential of the place, isn't it? amazing. Even though I've been here hundreds of times before, literally hundreds of times, and never get tired of looking at this. I really don't. Just thinking about why I never get tired of this place, having been here hundreds of times. It's kind of like coming on a little mini vacation. You know, growing up here in this area, you'd come here and it's like, okay, you're hearing different languages spoken. People are happy, they're on vacation, they're having ice cream, at least in the summertime they are. They're enjoying themselves. And it's like you're going on a little vacation too, and it also represented to me, Niagara Falls represented to me the wider world. All the places that I wanted to see, but couldn't because I was young and did not have the money to do so. I could say maybe this place might have piqued my interest in becoming a mad traveler, but I think it was already there genetically from my mom. But never get sick of it. Red Coach Inn, if you don't want to stay at a chain hotel and you're staying on the American side, I think I would recommend this one or the Giacomo. I mean, you can't beat the location of this. It's right across from the rapids right here. And this place has been here for a long time, established in 1923, so it's 101 years old. And you have the distinction of being, remember I told you guys about the turtle, built by the Arapaho Indians many decades ago when I was a kid. I've been in here once when I was a kid. It's dating myself, but we came on here on a class trip one time. I think it was in around 1982 or something like that. It was 10 years old. And this place closed down shortly thereafter. I believe 1985, this place has been closed since. It's frickin' turtle. It is a frickin' turtle, and it's owned by a billionaire. Niagara Falls Redevelopment, owned by the Milstein family. And there was apparently a big protest here Friday night. I don't think it was held here at the Turtle, I think it was held somewhere else. That there's a lot of Native American leaders and other people in the community who would like to see something finally done with this place. But I don't know, like if you want to think about the pessimistic side of Niagara Falls, this turtle, this frickin' empty turtle, owned by a billionaire once again, who probably just purchased it as essentially land speculation. This empty frickin' turtle, this is the symbol for the glasses half empty people, the pessimistic side of Niagara Falls. Come on guys, let's see something done with this frickin' turtle. How nice this is on a Sunday morning here at the Red Coach Inn. If the guests here at the hotel, presumably, and maybe some other people as well, are sitting outside on a beautiful morning here in the garden, enjoying their breakfast before they go out to see Niagara Falls. Wouldn't this be a nice way to spend your vacation this time, right? This is mid-September, by the way, too. Isn't this lovely? Niagara Falls in a nutshell. Literally 20 feet away, you've got this empty turtle, and you see things like that, and you think, man, Niagara Falls sucks. How depressing. Then 20 feet away, you're walking by some people having a lovely breakfast outside, enjoying the weather, and you're like, damn, Niagara Falls is awesome, isn't it? That's the dichotomy. Be careful, don't go in there. Don't go in. They're really close to the rapids. Thank you so much, folks, for spending all this time with me. My goodness, if you made it all the way through this video, I love you guys. Love all my subscribers. I think we just hit about 4,000 subscribers, which, you know what? I'm proud of that little achievement. Even though 4,000 is a very small number in the YouTube ecosphere. I don't think I'm challenging Mr. Beast anytime soon. But I love it. I appreciate you folks. I really do. If you made it with me this far, come on guys, hook me up. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. And if you really like what I do, enable the notifications so that you can absolutely stop everything you're doing when a new video comes out of mine and watch it immediately. Thank you folks. Peace.